And welcome to Wobbly Player Syndrome, episode 18. Shock, awe, or meh. It's a reaction to new codexes, and this month, in fact, we are looking at Space Marines. And hopefully that noise is Anthony making him a nice drink of something delicious. But in the meantime...
Like grape juice.
Yeah, that's it. Speaking of grape juice, hey Isabel, welcome back.
Hi, I'm doing well, thank you. I'll be better after this grape juice. It's for health.
For health reasons. It helps when you stream that you click on the right scene so people actually see us. There you go. After 18 episodes, you'd think I'd get that right by now.
I thought that was
It's been 18 episodes. We expect this to happen.
Well, it's not the sound quality.
But we have a different technical issue every month,
yes,
so
yes.
It works out.
I thought the only problem was going to be my
when you've been
chair, but
drinking.
no, unfortunately not. So, Isabel, how are you now that people can see you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And
Very well.
What is this weird jumper thing you're wearing? I've never seen that before. Some sort of pussycat
Oh,
team
well, if you
thing?
hadn't have blurred your background like some sort of freaking professional, people would have been able to see your kangaroos flag, and I was a little bit sad that I didn't have my Richmond flag up because it's not actually in this house. But I do have my scarf, and we finished third. We're going to Brisbane this weekend.
Yes.
To play the second top team.
Yes.
Again.
Richmond look pretty good. Anyway, we're going moving on because we've got another sporting team. The classic Robotech team over there. Michael there. How's your team performed on the weekend?
Oh, well, it's always a good game when Robotech, they get out there, they played at the ball, they gave it 110%, and they left it all on the field. So,
Just taking it 1 week at a time.
One Zentradi at a time.
Yeah.
Excellent. And because Anthony keeps popping in and out, the faces on the camera keeps jumping around. Oh, there we go. Another attempt. But we'll talk to Mark. Mark's sitting there politely with his mouth closed going, when's it my turn? Hi, Mark. It's your turn now.
Hi.
Right, that's enough out of you. How are you, Mark?
I'm good.
That is good. This week is going to be all about you. We get to talk about your Smurfs and how much we love them. Speaking of Smurfs, the one with the smallest screen, Anthony, welcome back.
Hello. Yes, I'm back.
It's been a few episodes since you've been with us. You've definitely lost weight. You've got really thin. What was that? It's just the camera taking off 10 pounds?
What can I turn that way? Does it help?
There you go. You're up and close.
Oh, anyway. Oh, nah. My phone doesn't work.
That's okay. It's only live. Don't worry. Welcome to the people who are viewing us. Do you expect any professionalism? We come to the wrong podcast. We are 18 months in, and I think we'll get this right by number 36, perhaps. Now, because we got 5 people, I am the small camera in the top corner. Hello! For the people who are viewing on Twitch. They pushed me around and just shoved me out inside. It was very rude, but then my chair broke, and it got very depressing. How's that for an intro?
I see.
Pumps everyone up. Woo!
I've been sent to the shed, so anyway.
Yeah. Well, the sheds are a nice place. You've got to just do it up, mate. That's all it is.
And Greg, I noticed that we haven't had an intro from you.
Me? Hello.
Yeah.
I'm the camera up in the corner. That's what I said a moment ago.
I know, but what's your name, Greg?
Oh, hello. I'm Greg. Hello. My name is Spiderweb.
You might remember me from
The
such
crap
intros
drummer.
as
The
intro to this podcast.
Yes, I'm the reason I drag these people out into the shed, apparently. Yeah. Well,
Antarctica.
we are trying something a bit different in this podcast. We don't normally go rules deep or through a codex page by page. Yes, I was waiting for someone to say something. But we're going to start off with this, what's called Shock or Meh. And we'll have a look at the Space Marine book. I think we all picked up the Space Marine book, well, some of us in the last 5 minutes, and went, Oh, come on. You got to be kidding. Oh, come on. So we might explain what our come-ons are about.
A bit of review.
I like to call it a reaction more than a review. Because reviews used to be a bit more controlled. I don't like this because A, B, and C, we will go, you just fuck off, that's not fair! Much better.
Oh, well, that depends on, how you define a review.
True. Fine. Mr. Sensible. Why you want to talk sensible stuff? Tell me the new releases. There were a lot. I'm timing you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there've been a lot of things. Well, yet again, I'm going to start with Blackstone Fortress, because I like Warhammer Quest. Blackstone Fortress Escalation, which looks really cool. More crazy Obsidious Malice stuff, which is cool. A bunch of new models, which are also cool.
Nude models?
That's what I thought you said.
No, they're new models, not nude models. New models.
I'll continue. I won't listen now.
Yeah, look, they look like they're a bit Slaneshi, but they're not very nude. They released the Kill Team starter set again, which was the thing they did.
Yeah.
We got Warcry came out, which I picked it up and I haven't had a chance to give it a go, but that looks interesting. I especially like all the cool plastic chaos gangs for it. The two new Warhammer Adventures books came out, which I'm yet to pick up, although my kids have really enjoyed all the previous ones, so I'm definitely going to.
Because you only found out about 2 minutes before we went live?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I should bring up my list. Oh, those have come out. Cool. Yeah, I've been paying heaps of attention.
Yeah,
like
all over it.
About as much as me.
Totally. Professional streamers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We got the two codex supplements for the new codex, White Scars and Ultramarines. We got the new codex. Did the Scout Dreadnoughts come out last time?
No, they're coming out.
They're out
this
now.
week,
I've got
thought.
one on my desk.
Oh,
I've been building it.
Oh, yeah.
So they came out. We got a bunch of stuff that came out from the previous box set. What was it? Shadow Spear or whatever it was called?
Yeah, they did them all in clamshells or something.
Yeah, they released the bits from that separately, so you can buy like the Phobos Captain and stuff.
Yep.
They re-released one of the Primaris Lieutenants from one of the, I think it was Wake the Dead.
Yeah.
Piles of cards, piles of dice, more cards, more dice. A lot of that kind of stuff. For some reason, the Space Marine Scouts are coming up in the new releases, which is a strange thing to have happen.
Well,
don't know why.
Nobody knew they were there before. They were that
Scouts.
well camouflaged.
Yeah, I was like, they're not new.
No, it is funny if you look. Mark and I were looking at
Primaris
the.
Scouts. They're like this big.
No, they're just normal Space Marine Scouts. So, like, it's a strange thing to come up.
It is.
We got a bunch of Primaris characters came out, like Tigurius, Khosrau Khan, etc., etc.
Yep.
Stuff in Necromunda. We got the cool Enforcers, which are pretty sick. So yeah, there's been so many books, so many PDFs, so many dice, so many card packs, so many terrain packs, especially for Warcry. Heaps of stuff.
Well, name them all. Come on. Nobody needs.
Oh, I just did. Spiritually, I just did.
There was Dennis. There was Frank. It was.
Yeah.
Give me a name. Aren't your parents supposed to do that?
Lieutenant Dennis.
Well, yeah, I can't remember which one. One of my Plague Marines, I think he's. Oh, yeah, Derek. I can never remember what he actually is, so it's Derek. Be wary. You can call me Tim. Well, it's funny with all the new releases. There's a lot. Mark and I were just jumping on talking about Marines last night in preparation, studying, of course. And there's a fair amount of stuff that are temporarily out of stock or no longer available. Would you say?
Yeah. Because I was going through my wish list on GW and realizing that I hadn't updated it for like eons. And almost everything that was on my list was no longer available. So like assault squads, tactical squads, devastator squads. I think the only things left on the entire list was like a Land Raider and Terminators. everything
Well-
else that was regular Marines is just gone.
Yeah.
What my counterpoint to that is, as I was just saying, the Scouts are showing up as a new release.
Yeah.
So are Marine Rhinos. So are Marine Razorbacks and Predators. Like,
That's why I was
like,
thinking maybe they'd release new models of them.
No.
they haven't. They're the same models. They looks like maybe they're
Reboxed
repackaging.
it.
I don't know, but they seem to be. Looks like maybe they've pulled down the old listing and put a new one up for fuck knows.
Did they go up in
Like-
price, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe the price changed.
Yeah.
But I mean, they don't normally bother to do that when the price changes. They just
No, they
change
just slap
the
you in the
price.
face with it and go, there you go. You want it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They don't bust out the lube or anything. They just change the price.
That's it. No, it
Yeah.
looks like,
Yeah.
I think it's probably more that the codex came out and so everyone bought Marines with it. Because you can see it's Intercessors, Hellblasters, Drop Pods, now that they're good again. The
Well, I could
Repulsor,
understand out of stock, but
yeah.
even drop pods were on my list, and they were saying no longer available. So I don't know if they've gone and like reissued the page on the website or something. But
The old box is branded with the previous codex sort of motif, the style of the old codex, because
Did they
that
have
would make sense if they were
GW on it,
rebranding it,
not
and they
Warhammer?
literally unbox them and put new cardboard around them.
I don't think they are, because I think the old ones. Give me a second. The old ones
Excuse
are
me
probably
when I
the same
whip this
box. Yeah, the Space Marine Scouts. I think they got. Is this a new box? That's
Well,
the
they-
Space Marine Scout box that showed up today.
That looks different
no,
to the one
that's-
I had, I think.
Yeah,
that looks
maybe
normal.
they just redid the box,
Yeah.
or maybe they're redoing the box again.
Rebranding it to put the new Warhammer symbol on and get rid of
Yeah.
GW, maybe. What does
Is there a new Warhammer symbol?
Yeah, it's just the hammer
Sorry?
now with a wing on it.
Is it?
It's no longer GW.
Oh yeah, maybe they're changing the Games Workshop logo.
That could be it.
Yeah,
What-
they might be just changing out the boxes.
Yeah. What does
Some
surprise me
old-
with the things that have sold out? Well, I shouldn't be that surprised. Warhammer's not exactly a cost-effective hobby to be doing at all. And the ones that are
Yeah.
sold out are the where are they? The Codex Space Marine Indominus edition, the $420 edition. The Sons of the Great Khan collection, that's the $558 collection. And the Scions of Gilliman collection, that's also $558. They sold out.
Isn't it because they only had one of them?
I'm hoping that's all it was. And I'm expecting
Michael
all three of
Ball.
them for Father's Day. It'd be great.
Well, I've just called up the GW site and looked at all of the Marine stuff, and all of the stuff. So Devastator squads are still there,
Yeah.
Stern Guard's still there, tactical squads all still there. It doesn't look like the prices have changed. They've literally just like changed the website reference, I think.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Alright, well, since that's all happened, how's the hobbying going? What are we up to? What month? What for Slow Grow? Organizer?
I think we're round 5.
Some of us are around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're halfway through because certain people didn't get their games in.
Oh, so have you played yours?
Well, I've played
Oh,
mine.
damn it.
I haven't played mine.
So yeah, Slow Grow's going all right. I have actually got a ladder now, and Matt is actually in the lead with 4 wins.
Death Guard, right?
Yep. Followed by Anto, followed by me, followed by Parker and Adam. So that's the top 5.
Oh, shit, Adam's beating me? God damn it.
That's just purely based on game wins. If you go by points, it's completely different, and I'm like all the way down the bottom and everything. So
You're above me.
not far. I can't get points for some reason. So anyway,
How's your actual hobby progress going? Come on.
But my hobby progress, I've actually been cranking out models lately. I mean, I've done a winged hive tyrant, which I don't know if people can see behind me or not, up on the shelf there.
Yep.
I've done an extra squad of Gants. I'm part way through some Gaunts. I'm part way through some Rippers. I did another 8 Gene Stealers. So, yeah, I've been smashing through my units and been really digging those contrast paints because they really cut my painting time down. So, yeah.
Cool. So you recommend them for the swarm armies then?
Oh, yeah. If you've got to smash out Gaunts or something like that, I mean, I went from taking probably 2-3 days to finish those to smashing out a squad in 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
bit of difference.
Yeah, just a bit. You do get tired of painting Tyrannid nails though after a while.
I know that.
Just file them down, be fine.
But if I ever want to work as a manicurist, I've got the skills now.
Bring your own contrast.
Do you know what? My nails need a lot of work. Just give me a number, okay?
But I only
They're
paint in
terrible.
Blood Angels red.
It'll do. Look at this shit. It's a nightmare.
It spends an
Or
hour
I think I've
highlighting.
got actually I've got Talassar blue as well. So
I'll take it. Whatever.
Michael? Oh, sorry, answer. You are back. Your face is no longer frozen in one spot. That's pretty good. We didn't appreciate that face. I mean, welcome back.
Company's
Thank
got
you.
it.
Yeah. How's your hobby progress going?
Mine? Yeah, pretty good. So it's all been slow growth lately.
Yep.
I've got my 1,250 points painted ready to go for the next round.
Bullshit.
And I've been doing quite a bit of modding of stuff. So all my vehicles are modded, and the especially the Chimerox, which I'm particularly proud of. I don't know if we can. Here it is. Very happy. Wanted a mobile command vehicle, so I think that worked out quite well. That was a lot of cutting. Did the officer of the fleet, which was quite a big green stuff modding project.
Yeah.
He came out all right. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got to work on my green stuff technique, I think, but it did turn out slightly hunchbacked, but maybe that's the chaos side of him taking over at some stage. He has been, this is a Lieutenant Flight Officer, Lieutenant Giles, and he's been grounded for teaching flying lessons to the ladies in the fleet. So he needs a... He's being reprimanded to the ground.
Why has he been grounded for that? Are they misogynist pricks?
He's an inquisitor. They don't let you do anything.
So is there a little issue with
There's
the cameras
female
then?
inquisitors.
he is
I think
he
it
is
was
slumped because he has the rock of shame around his neck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually meant it was a euphemism. Flying lessons.
I have ticked off a bucket list vehicle. I've always wanted a walker, a mini walker. I quite like these. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got 2 more of these to go for the slow grow. So the Scout Sentinel or the Armoured Sentinel, depending on what I want to run. And last night I did the Hobby Night, the Banter, and got my last squad ready for the final 2,000 points.
So you've already got your 2,000 points ready to go.
No, I need... Oh, not built. I've purchased nearly all of it.
Oh, okay.
I've still got 1 flyer to get another Valkyrie. That's all I've got to buy.
Yeah, I'll just pause you for a moment. I seem to have lost Michael's camera, and you're frozen again, Anthony.
I can see
I've got
Michael.
everyone
That's
except
weird.
Anto. Anto's
Yeah, I
frozen.
can see Michael.
But it's actually a good look. It's very rugged
I can
and,
still see
and
Michael,
handsome.
bro.
The lighting's really striking his hair well. So, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Anto, I think you should just keep it.
Okay, I've gone now.
It turns into his Facebook profile picture.
It should be. It's a very good picture.
How
He
do I
looks
get a photo of
engaged.
it?
He looks like he's busy. I think it's excellent.
Thank you.
Plan it like that.
So, I don't know what happened to you,
What?
Michael. I've lost you.
Let me
Well
try
played, Mark. Thank you.
dropping my
I was
camera
going to do
and
the same
bringing
thing.
it back.
Did you save my picture?
Yeah, see,
Yes, it's a good picture.
Oh.
yeah, okay, you can see him on that, not on mine. That's a bit weird.
Mm.
I took a snapshot and it
Yeah.
didn't.
All right, I'm kicking you out, Michael. Just jump back in. Yeah, I was just made that up. I just wanted to kick him. So
But
what?
his camera was working.
Not on mine.
I
There
can
he is.
see
He's back now. See, look at that. Now, Soccer Walker, you agree? You can see him.
I can see razor blades.
Yeah, for some
Things
reason
are
my
pretty
camera
bad.
Lots
turned
of
around.
razor blades.
Yeah.
Anto, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm all
So
good.
sorry, Anto.
For some reason my camera didn't work.
So Michael, now that
Oh,
I've got your
oh.
face back in front of me, thanks for that. How's your slow grow? How's your hobby? Yeah.
Well, I actually got everything done for last month, so they were all up to like base standards and stuff, and I've got at least 3 colors on the next month, which is good, given that the next month is like 2 big squads of cultists and their transports, so it's a lot of blooming guys to paint. So I'm kind of further ahead than I thought I'd be, which is nice. And I even been building marines and all kinds of dumb garbage instead of just painting my cultists. So, I mean, when you guys came up, I was in the middle of building the Invictor.
The stealth dreadnought.
Yeah, stealth
No,
dreadnought.
it's a stealth lawnmower.
Well, if it's half as loud as a regular dreadnought, then it is a stealth dreadnought.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that everyone's going well with their podcast. This is our podcast. I'm upset everyone else's podcast
We're
is
all
doing
going
better.
brilliantly with our podcast. Don't be disappointed with that, Captain Craig. God, enjoy the Australian cricket team.
The slow grow on my part is I still failing the painting side. I have only just put 1 unit together for the next 1250 to next 250. So some scourges. We found some
They're
haywire
gorgeous
blasters.
scourges.
But I have got everything undercoated. How's that? Yeah. There you go. Undercoated, magnetised, ready to paint.
Progress is progress.
Oh, I've said it before. I'm just having trouble getting that enthusiasm to paint them. I don't know why. I'd just rather finish off my Death Guard, I think. Yeah. Stick to it.
Yeah, finish them off. We need
Rematch, yeah. Stick to it. That's all I can say. So, yeah, I did get them together. That was my hobby progress last night and the hobby night, putting all those scourges together. They were fun. I'm just saying, it's the weird thing about the Dark Elf, I thought they were going to be really fiddly and awkward to play with, to put together, but they're built not so bad. I'd rather them...
How are they to
They're only
play with?
fiddly to play with if you know what you're doing.
Oh, that's me out. I'm not looking forward to the battle with the fly is reversed. So everyone who's got fly no longer has fly, and everyone who didn't have fly has fly.
That'll be great. I'll have like flying mining trucks.
Yes, and I'll have grounded venoms, raiders, jet fighters, bikes. So
I think a flying Beyblade would be the best, actually. I reckon
that's scary.
you get that happening.
Too bad nobody. Oh well, you could get one.
I could
could.
run like a whole detachment of them or something.
Yeah.
If you attached like 4 grav tanks to the bottom of it, like
Yeah.
4 falcons maybe, you just like levitate on the falcons. It'd be like Discworld with the
Yeah, that's the
turtle,
elephants.
the elephant.
That's
Yeah.
that's the traditional way of making a Baneblade fly. You just run over grav tanks until you get a bit of a build up underneath.
Hopefully Eldar or Tau.
Yeah.
Oh, the new repulsors, mate. That'd be much more fun. Take out some Primaris while you're at it. Yeah.
Aren't they
Some of
like
those-
quite tough though? The new repulsors.
Look
Yeah,
at
the new flying rhinos are like pretty good.
Yeah.
Not like the old rhinos. They used to be like basically rocks that full of dead marines.
No, runners work. Just more, that's what I have been
Well,
doing.
As
Sorry,
long, as, long as you're
I
driving
have
them
been,
at full speed.
I have been converting
Yeah,
2
fine.
rhinos to match the Death Guard, so playing some green stuff and things like that. So I have been doing that. Things that aren't Dark Elder. Oh, sorry, did I say Dark Elder? Outrageous. Naughty. The Drakari.
What? Sorry. Oh, they've got a new name.
Yeah.
Yeah, the space Dark Elves.
Yeah.
Drakari, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
When
called
did they
Drakari,
get
they
this new name? Was it before or after season 1 of Game of Thrones?
No,
They've
they did it because they couldn't copyright it.
Yeah. So
Oh,
they're
really?
no
They
longer
couldn't
called
copyright
Elder either.
Dark
Well,
Elder.
Well, they had a lot of problems with companies producing I Can't Believe They're Not Space Marines, and in the wake of that, they really shifted towards using the in-universe names for things.
Yep.
So it's Codex Drakari for the Dark Eldar, Codex bloody
Eldari.
what do they call it? Eldari
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Eldar.
And they got the Inari.
And they're all Codex Astartes
Yeah.
for the Space
Well,
Marines.
Astra Militarum came about because Imperial
because of
Guard was
that.
too generic to copyright,
Yeah.
and
And I
other
always
stuff.
say Astra Militarum.
uh,
Well, fortunately, it'd be like the Austrians in the 1700s that'd get that copyright, I think.
So,
Well, yes, they all use names that did exist before. They didn't just make them up for that. It's been things that they've been called in universe forever. It's just they never called the army that.
so Derek's not original?
No, Derek's an original. I think you'll find Derek dates back to 1540.
Ah, that's alright. Mighty Derek.
That's right to when oil drilling started.
Derek.
Come on.
Please, no! Don't give it. Don't encourage her. Please change the subject. Mark, you said you had a battle, so tell us about the battle. Dark Stormy Night.
I had a very pitched battle against Death Guard. The ice thing didn't really do too much for us.
Explain what that is for the listeners who don't know what you're talking about.
So in the scenario that we played, there's like it's like an ice world. So you get if you end your movement without another unit within 3 inches, you get a frost marker that knocks 3 inches off your movement. And if you cannot move during your movement phase, your unit's got frozen to death. So
Do you remove
everybody
them from
just
the
kind of
battlefield?
castled up. Everyone just kind of castled up.
you gotta work.
Like I know a couple of people were playing it differently. So we were playing that when you're in close combat, you count it as having moved, because it's really hard to freeze to death as you're stabbing someone in the face, which I'd imagine is much more strenuous than marching across the frozen wasteland. Like the ice didn't really affect us too badly, except in the end when everyone had all their units killed and there was no like
Buddy
extras
system.
to be next to you. Basically my fly ramp was really, really annoying, and flew up on a big hill and tried to do catalyst on himself, and then got perils of the warp and exploded. At which point, pretty much that was it for Tyranids, because I couldn't scratch his demon prints or those bloat drones that he had. So
Probably should have
Yeah,
tried to
it-
kill him instead. Not sure this is.
He's Tyranids,
Well-
that's all they do.
yeah, Tyranids
That's
die.
actually true.
They just die, and you've got to remember to use that acid blood stratagem, which I completely forgot that you're supposed to use at the start of the fight phase. So like he killed all my guys and I didn't get the caustic blood. So
That sucks. I'm terrible at remembering stuff like that. Whatever happened to the Lictor? I remember
it's
like
still
second
in
and
the
third
game.
ed, it was just the most deadly
It was devastating.
model on the map.
I don't
It's
think
yeah.
people use it anymore, do they?
Yeah, now
I
that's
still get
really worth having.
nightmares.
Oh, look,
I wasn't a Tyranids player. I just used to get fucking victimized by it all the time.
Yeah.
Apologies to all the children. Don't say fuck unless your parents do it.
in second ed, I had a very small Tyranid army, and I definitely had a Lictor because they were just bastards.
Yeah.
They were epic.
I
I loved
remember
them. and also hated them.
Yep, love-hate relationship.
It was.
So who won? Sorry.
Michael.
So Matt ended up winning. Basically, just killed me because after my Hive Tyrant exploded, my Trigon Prime froze to death. So yeah.
Nice.
And I got a couple of points, and because of the weird bonus points thing for this slow growth system, it wound up being I had 20 points to Matt's 16, which is ridiculous
And
for
you
getting
lost, yeah.
like when you get tabled, you shouldn't have more points than the person
It's
who
a
won.
screw system.
Still, lol.
Yeah, the 2 losses I've had, I've ended up with more points. it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's
so-
as I've said, it wasn't designed to be a competitive competition.
No.
I think it was designed to give out as many participation
You
certificates
get a
as
medal.
possible.
You get a medal. You get a medal.
All get medals. So
And I think it was just designed to compensate people for getting fucking wrecked. So if you showed up and just got raffle stomped, you still stood.
We want you to
some
come back
chance,
next
but-
week. Here's some points.
Yeah, it's always a problem with things like this. People drop out because they're getting wrecked and they get disheartened. So it was.
Well, I suppose when you have a victory but you don't get as many points, you're just like, well, I still had a victory, right?
Yeah.
Smashed
They're
you.
all dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, everybody,
That's it. All they are is blood, but I don't get as many points.
Yeah.
That's okay.
my blood, yes, my blood spill got more points than your living characters. Yeah.
yeah.
Although
So
we're starting
I'm-
straight into next month's topic, which is arguing about how to organize.
I think that's it. We'll talk about
Who's
running
the tournament
tournaments.
organizer here? Is it Khan the Betrayer?
Sorry.
Is the tournament organizer actually Khan the Betrayer? Blood for the
Well,
God.
he did
Person with the
organise
most
it,
blood
and then he
on the
left.
field wins, right?
The guy who
well,
organised
that
it.
probably actually fits my play style of many things dying
Mm.
that are all on my own side.
So,
Well, acid blood though, right?
yeah, that's it.
Well, yeah, that's
could-
exactly
you could
right.
Go on, hit me, bro. Yeah, I dare you. That one. Yeah. Anthony, you had a game?
I did. My Militarum Tempestus took on Blood Angels, which was a bit of a difficult game for me because Blood Angels have been my favourite for a very, very long time.
You
but
didn't want to hurt
I
them?
decided what the hell, I'll just kill them anyway.
Yep.
The ice didn't come in effect at all in the game. We either destroyed each other before the ice got in, or we managed to stay huddled up. I did make a Death and Glory charge, which thankfully was the very last round, and to score the victory points. So if it had gone another turn, I would have had units by themselves and would have lost them, but thankfully it ended. So the Tempestus won. I think it was 8 points to 1 in the end. Adam only had 3 Blood Angels left on the table.
Oh, wow.
And he was hoping for another turn. I'm like, why? It's not going to happen. So we did finish the game, thankfully. Yeah, it was a good game. And I'm actually really impressed with how the Tempesters go. I've had some good games, especially against Space Marines. They seem to, the AP2 weapons of their
The
rifles
hot
is,
shots? Yeah.
yeah, it's very good against Space Marines.
Yep.
It sorts them out.
Yeah.
And because they were Blood Angels and they had to get in close to try and kill me, that just meant I got to re-roll any sixes to hit. And I gave give them the orders. Is it take aim?
Yep.
Where they get to shoot an extra shot with rapid fires. So yeah, I was like, there's a lot of shots coming out of those Blood Angels.
I think
So
first rank fire,
yeah.
second rank fire.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so it doubles your rapid
Yeah,
fire.
that's it.
Um,
For laser guns.
yeah, so that
laser weapons. Yeah.
pretty cool. So yeah, that was a fun game. It was really good. I like the scenario. It made it. You really had to think about what you're doing. But yeah, it didn't come into effect at all, and it would have killed some stuff if we got another turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, did you get your game in or any games?
No, we haven't gotten that game in yet. It's been a mess of a week between,
Life.
stuff with children, stuff with families, stuff with work, people dying. It's been a whole thing.
Yeah, that has an impact.
Hoping to get it. Hoping to get the game in sometime in the next week or two before the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, my game was meant to be, what day is it? It's Monday. Yesterday. But then got Paul go, oh, I've been sick all week. So you just scared, mate. Come on. So it's been postponed to next week. I'm looking forward to it because it's against Demons of Zench is his force, isn't it? So I've decided to pick up the relic, the Helm of Spite, which is the one where I can try to deny the witch, and if I succeed, they suffer the perils of the warp, so this should be fun.
Don't deny the witch.
Yes.
Don't ever deny the witch.
You never deny it.
You've read the book.
Always deny the witch. Shadow and the
Which is
Warp.
warp.
You
abroad?
are.
Which one? Yeah, so I haven't it. Oh, my chair has got even lower. It's fantastic. I'm almost sitting on the floor. Hello, everybody. This is the PG version.
I'm not sure the floor is where you get the PG version.
It's a bit cold on the. Anyway. Okay. Well, so you've already gone through the tables and stuff like that, and I'm trying to look at my notes. I have to look up and over the table. Oh, I can't quite see the writing.
See, this is how my whole life has been, Greg. My whole life, okay? Looking up at hi everybody, hi all my friends. I remember looking at you folks in high school like that. I'm like, hi. It's great talking to you. I'm getting a crick in my neck.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah. We always paranoid to sign up
one
my
day you'll grow into the big boy chair.
Oh, all right. Well, let's go to our ad break, and then we'll start the topic: the shock or meh of the Space Marine Codex.
Marines.
Need your board game fix? What about a new family game to entertain the kids? Head over to Rollers Board Games at rollersboardgames.com and look them up on Facebook. Board games, card games, party games, you name it, we've got it. If we don't, we'll do our best to get it. Rollers Board Games. Like what you're hearing? So do we.
You scream out in the night.
Who is this, you say?
You speak so silently.
Storyboard Concept.
Oh,
Want to hear more?
anytime that you want.
That is storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com. Right. It's good that I muted everyone and I forgot to mute myself through that ads. So, just to recap. That is Storyboard Concept. They play music. Check them out. And of course, Rollers Board Games. He plays games and sells them. He also provides us with all our graphics for our banners and stuff like that. So, thank you. And he just told me he's going to a concert on my birthday, and he's not even taking me. So, no longer thank you. Right.
That's coming up. You've got to be really old, Greg.
Not as old as you. Not as old as you. And you. Even I'm still so much younger than you, Anto, too.
You are so much younger than me.
So much
I
younger.
like how his camera has frozen.
We're going to check his pulse.
It hasn't frozen.
It's not as good a photo. Anto, bring the other photo up. This one's nowhere near as good.
Check his
Stop
pulse.
snapshotting me.
It hasn't got the same sort of like energy. It had some really great energy.
Oh, beautiful. Alright, so this month we're going to try, it might happen more often if this works, like all our podcasts. We might, well, we
Our
still
what?
got
What are we
codex.
doing? What?
Codex has come out, we might have a reaction every now and again to it. This one I think this one deserves a reaction because we all, as soon as it started coming out, we all had our own opinions on it. Do we have any positive ones? Anyway.
Hey, I like it.
I
Yeah.
might be
I thought my opinion was fairly positive.
You've read it.
37! I'm totes positive, bruv.
So we are going to talk about reacting to the new Space Marine Codex and, of course, the 2 supplements that came out at the same time. The White Scars and the Smurfs.
Smurfs. Meh.
Smurfs. Yeah. So,
I should be more excited for a Smurfs update and all the new units and special rules and stuff like that. But I'm just not. It's
meh.
weird. Maybe playing Nids has broken me in some fashion.
You've seen the light.
What's wrong with it in this one?
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the amount of fluff that they've put into it. Those books are really fairly hefty on that. And I was actually surprised how much was in the White Scars supplement there as far as that goes.
Well, they had to. There's only 2 units in it.
Well, yeah, I know.
But their whole thing is that they have a scar. It's not very interesting.
But the White Scars haven't really had much lore over the years, as most, probably as any White Scars player
Mongols
can
on
attest.
bikes, that's all we need to know.
Have anything. So it's good that they get a bit fleshed out, because let's face it, I mean, Ultramarines, they've been in every freaking book since like Dickety. So you know, but I think as an Ultramarines player, my reaction to this was, really, I've got to buy more books. So
Jesus Christ! Did anybody see that?
No.
See what?
Okay. I just spoke and like this jet of spit came out. It went like 3 feet.
This will be on
Isabel
YouTube. You can
explained
rewind
the
and pause.
Hi,
It is
everybody.
approximately
That's
42
that's my
minutes into it. We'll try and highlight
I'm
it.
sorry.
so what about the rest of yous?
Well, who's the other?
well-
You, like, I've got a Salamander army. You've got a Blood Angel army. You've got. I'm pointing with my head, and you can all see that clearly.
Well, what's even
I have
better
a
is that you're
blood
probably
angel.
not pointing in the right direction with your head for the feed.
Oh, you missed the spot.
Missed the spot, yeah.
I thought, all right, I'll get the Blood Angel. The Blood Angel. Jesus Christ! Someone else talk quick.
So
I
I've
got
heard
the
of Blood
codex.
Angels. They have
You
blood
mean
on
Dark
their
Angels?
wings.
And if I have to go shock or meh, I'm a bit awe. It's got some good bits. I like the new generic Space Marine rules. The Angels of Death rule is pretty cool.
Yes.
The Shock Assault, add 1 to the attack characteristics of the models at a charge, or, you know, great, really cool.
What I don't like about that
Doctrines are
one, the
cool.
Shock Assault one, is I don't like they get the plus when they're being charged.
Yeah, I like that. I think you're a Space Marine. You're expected to be fighting.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's
It's,
a lot of
I like the doctrine. I think they make a really.
if I charge a Space
good
Marine, they're
load
going to
of
get a
defense
+1
with
attack.
Space
If I
Marine.
don't, if they charge me, they're going to get a +1 attack.
yeah, but you'll get to go if you charge them, you'll go first.
Yeah,
but
it's a
I
kill.
can't kill Space Marines. Dark Elder can't kill things with power armor.
There's
What do you
there's a
mean
bunch
you
of,
can't? You wound on 2s.
No, wound on 4s.
It's better than my cultists. They just don't wound.
Yeah, no, I
Just haven't got enough of them.
Yeah, it's anyway. I
That's-
like the other bits of it. The assaults. I think yeah, they are built for pure combat, but getting the plus when they're also being attacked. I thought, nah, that's a bit much. Piss off.
But it's only the first round of combat, so after that,
sorry,
they might
my
add
Dark Elder
back
get
in
to
there.
second round. No.
The Chaos Marines get this too, don't they?
Well,
The,
we don't know.
Shock
Yeah.
Assault.
Hey,
Yeah,
as
no
having an assault squad wiped out to 1 guy by Tau.
What?
Yeah.
I would
I
admit
was
to that.
I was as surprised as you. The Marines aren't that great in close
It's
combat.
like Terminators
Yeah,
falling
like,
down to
That's
snotlings.
it's been a real problem with this edition of Marines. They've been pretty shit at close combat.
Yeah.
They've become a gun line, and they're not supposed to act like that.
No.
And I feel that a lot of the changes they have made have really reinforced that traditional way Marines should play. Like, especially the Doctrines, you know, start long, go mid, get in.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Doctrines encourage you to do.
And I like the
And they've
doctrines.
got
I'm happy
rules
they
that
brought
make
that
you
back.
able to do that.
Yeah, I'm happy they brought that back. And
Yeah.
it's not as easy to change as it used to be. It has to be in a certain order. Like
Yeah,
last-
you have to progress
Yeah.
in accordance with the codex.
Yes, and I like that. I thought so. Yeah, those rules are pretty good. I love the fact that you can have the drop pod turn 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
down.
making
I'm
drop
very
pods.
Drop pods are useful
Make
again.
drop pods not shit again.
Yeah.
The dust
You're
of my
paying
drop
points
pod.
for a deep strike thing you can't bring in. I mean, it's actually a vehicle that needs to. You have it sitting for a turn in orbit. It's like, yeah, we'll just launch it when everyone's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And-
interesting thing though is
Don't
that
start
it does
your war with the element of surprise.
it does bring back the whole
pod
zero deployment.
Well, if you
as
don't
well
have
with the
anything
drop.
on the field at the first turn, you lose. That's it.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
drop pods specifically circumvent that rule.
No,
They
no,
don't,
no,
they
no,
don't,
no.
they don't circumvent the you auto lose rule. They circumvent the you may not deploy in the first turn from deep
Yeah,
strike
but
rule.
if you have
they
nothing on the
circumvent-
table, you still lose.
Yeah, and they circumvent the you must have a minimum number of models deployed
Yeah.
rule. But they don't circumvent you auto lose if you've got nothing.
No, they actually in the Warhammer community.
They explicitly
actually,
called that
yeah,
out.
they did. A
Oh,
big
they did
sentence,
they?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
I heard a discussion saying where people were like, "Yep, this brings back the
Alpha strike,
zero
yeah,
deployment
yeah.
alpha strike stuff."
No, you still have to have units on the table in turn 1. At
I do
deployment,
kind of feel
sorry.
like Terminator should get it too.
No,
I think it. Yeah, I think they should.
As a Dark Angel player, I feel you. But
Yeah.
like I used to love Deathwing Assault. It was so much fun. But yeah, if Terminators can deploy like that,
No,
we'd just
no.
fucking do it.
where's,
Everyone would do
where's
it.
my drop pod for my
That's right.
Dreadnought? That's not forgeable. That's that I'd like.
But
to have.
isn't that the quintessentially marine thing to do? Is to deploy terminators and drop pods? Like,
That's right. Yeah. And entire Grey Knight army.
No,
But only,
Terminators
only
covered.
if you're not actually occupying a zone. I mean, not all, just narratively, not all battles take place in a new deployment. When Marines deploy, they don't always just, deploy, victory, go. There is the occasion where they're going to
by
have to
definition,
take
they
and hold
do
and
do
defend.
that though.
yeah.
They're
Well, it
supposed
is-
to be that surgical strike kind of force,
Yeah, it's
rather
supposed to
than
be-
they've got the Imperial Guard to garrison stuff.
Yeah, the Marines' ideal mode of operation is drop in, kick dick, fuck off.
Hmm.
But as you say, they can't do that all the time. Sometimes they get attacked, and sometimes they're defending.
Yeah.
So
So
Right.
other
I
things I
think
liked in the
that's the,
codex. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Keep going.
No, I was just trying to get back to track with the codex.
Codex.
I know, right? I liked how there's litanies for the chaplains. Because I've always thought, the chaplains,
Yeah.
yeah, they're okay. But now I'm going, hey, now they're okay.
I was reading a review where they were saying that the chaplain can get like some sort of
Basically, it's the
Freaking-
prayers.
epic death hit. God, what were they saying? It was like a
I like that even
4
better.
attack. Where are we?
Well, they always
Where are
get
you,
the bonus to
chaplains?
attack. Oh, look.
No. That was something. Oh Christ! Now I've lost it.
Litanies. +1 to attack and strength. +1 to the damage of the vehicle. That's just one of them.
So here we go. If you go with the Mantra of Strength, the Imperium Sword WL trait, and the Benediction of Fury relic, you end up with a death machine with 6 attacks, Strength 8, and 4 damage.
Let me just write that down, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mantra
I
strength.
liked that
One.
I like the captains on bikes came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that we were missing.
Yeah.
everyone understood
2 psychic
the
choices.
index.
There's 2 librarious choices in the psychic, so you don't have to have this one or this one. You can. I didn't mind that. You got a bit more choice. I notice Ultramarines and White Sky have their own librarians' powers. You see all that? One's got Storm, one's got don't know.
I haven't gotten that far into it yet.
Oh, so the White Scars they're all storm based, and the Ultramarines is about hiding from a cat. I think it is.
Sounds fair.
That does sound kind of like them.
I do like the chapter tactics. I think they've
Yes.
really picked out the strengths of those particular chapters.
Yes, I love
and
the Salamander one.
you know they've taken out for Imperial Fists targeting buildings.
Yeah.
It was kind of a bit
Pointless.
of a waste of time. Now you don't get a cover save for them. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty strong. But yeah, look, I think the chapter tactics are cool. I'd like to see where they go with other chapters, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and stuff like that.
Well,
See what they changed.
And that's why I was
There's
kind
another
of
generic
intrigued that they
marine
didn't
vehicles
have
that don't get a cover
anything
save too.
for Blood Angels, Space Wolves, or Dark Angels, but they got for the other, like, they have the doctrines, not the doctrines, the tactics in there for Ultramarines and White Scars. And then release a White Scar and Ultramarine book. I went, oh, why didn't you just put it in that?
See, the thing
You
is
you
that
can build a generic army from this
Yes.
without the special characters from the White Scars, I
Yeah.
guess, is the reason.
Yeah,
and
the
I
thing
do
is
like
that-
they've
but-
given you the... Sorry, I keep interrupting because I'm the guy sitting on the floor, apparently.
It's where all the exciting stuff happens.
You meet the best people in the gutter.
But yeah, the whole successor chapter tactics thing is really cool.
Yeah.
I love that
It
they've
is-
done that. It makes
it's
it so
brilliant.
much more flexible and
Yeah.
interesting than just going, here are 6 options. Fucking pick one.
Well, remember they had it before?
I like that you don't have to pick a negative as well.
Yeah,
You
that was
have
it.
to
Used
pick
to be
two
you
and
pick
a
one and
negative.
then
It's like-
you get to be
it just
awesome,
ruins
but
it.
only have one
You-
leg.
Yeah. Now there's no negative. There's no drawbacks to picking your own chapter and building your own chapter. I think that's really
They're
cool.
all good. They're
And,
all pretty strong, but not as powerful as the core
I,
chapters.
I liked
which
I
is
liked
good.
the idea of introducing flaws, but then again, my biggest complaint about Dark Angels being that one fucking
chaos?
edition where had the special rule that was wear shit. Like,
Yeah.
we had
It's a
that
pretty
what was
special
it
rule.
called? Reticent. We were reticent. Once you were within range of your guns, there was a 1 in 6 chance they would decide, "Nah, I'm not going anywhere. I just want to shoot them." And my assault marines would jump in and be like, "No, we got bolt pistols. Fuck charging!" I'm like, "No,
suppressing fire.
suppressing fire with pistols!" I'm like, you guys are assault marines. What are you doing?
Blood
Desperate lack of
Angels used to have
discipline.
the Blood Rage or something like that in previous editions where they had to roll to see if they would stand still or not.
I
Yeah.
actually really liked that rule.
And
Yeah.
they'd really just start, Devastator Squad always moved. They couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
And the Assault Squad
Yeah.
would just stand there.
I think
Like,
in the,
damn you!
the Salamander ones, we could never assault or something like that. I can't remember now. We could only move it slowly, go da da da. Yeah, we'll get to you.
Yeah.
We were the
Weeping
dwarves.
advantage,
Da da
something
da.
daft.
Salamanders don't move so fast. They're slow-moving creatures.
Well, they're not in the lore. They don't use bikes or land speeders like the other chapters and stuff like that. They prefer just the fire and a bit of fire mixed in with a bit of fire.
Oh, there's something to be said for fire. I mean,
They're like Delta as well.
Yeah,
Except that
melters,
everyone's wearing
'cause it makes
powered
things
armor
burn.
and
Yep.
orcs don't give a shit. It's
Melters,
like, I think I'll
fires,
just
and
bathe
hammers,
in
yeah.
this fire.
but
But
one
I-
thing I've noticed is everyone turning around and saying, "Oh, but what about Dark Angels and Space Wolves and Blood Angels and stuff?" But they've all gotten codexes recently, haven't they? Like,
Well, we get a lot of bonuses from this.
Yeah.
Like, they've explicitly said that we get these new marine abilities, like the shock assault and all that. We get them. That applies to all the marines.
Yeah.
And we get the stat increases to inceptors and stuff. Like, there's a whole errata document about this is how it applies to different things. Even if some fuckwits on forums are arguing about spelling mistakes. Oh, well, this change doesn't apply to Space Wolves because Space Wolves don't have Reaver squads. They have Reavers. And I think you'll find they explicitly called them Reaver squads. It's like, fuck off.
well, you're never going to appease the adenoid set.
Yeah.
I just thought it was strange that they didn't include them in there for the tactics and stuff like that. They're clearly going to get their own book because every original chapter's
We'll
getting
get a
their own
supplement,
book.
absolutely.
So I thought,
Yeah.
oh, why didn't they put the generic bits in there as well. I guess because they're variants on their rules, the blood rage, I'm going to use my pistols to assault everyone, and
Yeah.
I'm a wolf in armor rule.
The wolf.
Yeah, the wolf rule. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's entirely possible that a lot of Dark Angel players will do what I've often traditionally done, which is run my Dark Angels as green-coloured normal Marines, so that I'm like Dark Angels, but good.
Fair enough.
I thought about our Blood Angels occasionally too, I must admit.
Yeah.
Don't the Dark Angels have like
Chaos tendencies.
bikes that are awesome?
We have cool stuff. We have Ravenwing, we have Deathwing. It's just traditionally we're not as good as normal Marines. Like, they'll release new toys for the Marines, and in previous editions, Dark Angels would always not get them.
That's because you're sad. The Dark Angels are sad about everyone not believing them that they're not evil.
Well, we're not
And
evil.
when,
It's
when
not
you're
a matter
sad,
of
you can't learn new things.
Yeah, but you don't need to learn new things because we're just better than other Marines. But no one believes us about it.
It's so sad.
That's why we stand still. And then we stand still and yet again, fucking Marines, they want to get in there and hit things. Dark Angels, our special rule is stand still and you can shoot better. I'm like, I'm a Marine, I don't want to fucking stand still.
I was
I've always
surprised.
just felt that Dark Angels were really just emo Space Marines. I mean, when they take their helmets off, it's just like a dark sweep hair like this, and they always hold their head down and mope and
Lots
shit.
of eyeshadow.
That's
Lots of
just Dark
eyeshadow.
Angels.
Do you know where our name comes from? Like most of our original fluff?
From the hair.
Well, the Lionel Johnson and the Dark Angels are named after a poem by a guy called Lionel Johnson. And it was a poem about how he missed his beloved Dark Angel, which was his gay lover. So the Dark Angels have copped a lot of flack about this over the years.
So
because
this
it's
fits
about
perfectly with
Oh,
the emo.
come on.
Massively
Sanguinius
emo
is
guy.
the gayest Primarch in history.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Robert Gilliman is like he's a bear.
Yeah, but
He's shagging them all, loving it.
we're the chapel, like a canonically gay Primarch. Go us.
Exactly. They're all canonically gay, seriously.
Oh yeah, look at them. They're all Bishonans. Like they're just all bishies. Nothing but bishies as far as the eye can see.
Why are there no women
Get real,
Space
they're
Marines? Because they
very
don't
strong
need
gay
them.
Codex?
Codex. I saw that they've got Crimson Fist in there, but they don't have Flesh. What is it? Flesh Terror? That's the Dawn of War one, isn't it?
The Blood
No,
Ravens.
Blood Ravens. That's
Blood
the one.
Yeah,
Blood. Yeah,
but
sorry.
they do. Like I'm looking at it right now. I was going to bring this up. I really liked that they gave you psychic-based ones. Like so, you can do Blood Ravens.
Yep.
The knowledge is power, which is the Blood Ravens. It's one of the successor tactics in there.
There was a
Okay.
Blood Raven release in the last White
White
Dwarf
Dwarf.
as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it had,
Yeah, there was that. But I think
Well, that's why I thought it was
and-
strange they didn't put it in the book if they were trying to put it all together.
Well, I heard a
Yeah.
rumor that they were going to do like a supplement or something for them.
Yeah,
they
it
might
was-
still
well,
do that.
what on the grapevine has been supplements for all original chapters. So that doesn't sound like Crimson Fist. It doesn't sound like it doesn't even sound like Black Templars either.
Crimson Fists, they came out before fucking Ultramarines. They were like in Rogue Trader.
They were Rogue Trader, right in the cover. It's
Fucking
true.
original. P.S. What's his face? Beverly DeAngelos from the Blood Ravens. He's a trans woman. He knows it.
Beverly
She
D'Angelo
knows
from Vacation.
Beverly DeAngelos. She is.
Codex.
We
Codex.
argue about original chapters. We'll get the Rainbow Warriors back in here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you
Brother,
for getting some.
Brother Vermilion and Sister Sin. Bring them back.
Who are canonically one of the two Lost Legions. Prove me
Ooh.
wrong,
Believe.
internet.
What about the Howling Griffins? They came in first edition.
The Howling Griffins were great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
They're a
in the
spin-off.
old codexes, they have you can see the worlds of the Lost Legions, and they're kind of scratched out. One of them has the symbol of the Rainbow Warriors, and it's clearly the name Prism, which was the home planet of the Rainbow Warriors.
Rainbow
And it's
Warriors.
scratched out.
Ah.
Just the Care Bears.
So
They
then-
sunk. They got sunk
As far
by the
as I'm
French.
considered, yeah.
Now, here's one for you.
I'm with it.
Speaking
Totally
of,
agree.
of long lost, Legion of the Damned.
Yeah. Good old
Yeah,
Legion.
they're not in there. I thought they might be in the in this codex.
That's a good point.
Because they're a generic unit that supports everyone. So I'm not sure where that's going to come in.
Yeah, I used to be a massive Legion of the Damned fan,
Yep.
but the ability to just walk straight through bullet fire and fuck enemies up without consequence, it's a little bit exy for me.
Well, I know with the index rules that for them, they actually had like a thing where they kind of had like a kill limit, and then they'd like die.
All right, Codex.
Still,
Codex.
Reacting to the
Right,
Codex,
what
not
I don't-
reacting to our yammering.
Yeah,
What I
Marie.
don't like about the codex.
So what do we think about, the amount of units of these Primaris that have concealed positions? So it's not a reinforcement, it's just deploy.
Yeah, there's a
outside.
lot,
And then
including that big walker thing
the,
with a possible.
so the
Come on, Deep
Inquisitors,
Strike Dreadnought. What's not
Primaris
to love?
Captain, Primaris Librarian, and of course the very cool Scout Dreadnought. They all can go.
Nah, I don't
Not
get
the
that.
Scout Dreadnought.
Not cool.
Nah, I don't think a
Nah.
Scout Dreadnought could be doing
Yeah.
that. I'm not. Yeah, and then you got
but
the
it's-
weapons that the bolters that ignore cover. What the fuck's sake, I can't win. Or it's like, oh, it's all right, bolters. Right, I'll quickly hide in this. No, fuck it. I might as well just run at you.
Line of sight's still a thing.
It's not as easy as you think, though. Oh, there's a hole in that wall. Oh, fucking.
Yeah. Look, line of sight's been one of my bugbears this whole edition. The way they've changed cover really bugs me.
Yeah. And some of the bolters that can now target characters that aren't sniper rifles.
Yeah, saw that.
Oh, who's got that?
The Eliminator Squad has got an instigator
Oh, okay.
bolt rifle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not new, though. I've got in the Genestealer cult, there are, like, the Kellamorph, the dickhead with the 3 guns.
Yep.
He has that. His pistols can target characters.
Nice. The one
And
person
he
as
actually-
opposed to a whole unit.
Well, he's an elite choice.
Yeah.
with las
You can-
guns.
And he
Freaking
fires,
lasers.
like, 3 guns
Yeah.
each turn, and he has, like, something like 6 shots or something.
Well,
And he buffs everyone around him if he kills you.
I want to go. That's a good segue. We were talking about it's the Marines and no longer that gun line and stuff. That you are getting. They're meant to be in that combat. How many guns on the new tanks? How many guns
All
on
of
the
them.
Scout Dreadnought?
Well, actually, the new tank doesn't have that many guns.
The
Unless you
Repulsor
roll.
Executioner has 8 weapons on it, and can
That's
fire
not
the
the new tank.
microplasma twice.
That's the second newest tank. The new tank only has, like, 2 guns.
Yeah. But I was interested to see how many. You've got a Venerable Dreadnought, don't you, Mark?
Yeah.
You're going to use it
Have they
anymore?
done something to it? Have they?
No, I'm just looking at it and going, Venerable Dreadnought.
How many of those guns can they fire simultaneously, though?
All of
Because
them.
you've only got so many
All
pilots,
of
right?
them.
All
Everything,
of them.
all the guns.
Everything.
No
You
limit
can
on
shoot
weapons.
all the weapons.
Just
Yeah.
repulsors have all the guns.
Yep.
They really do.
Mind you, it is 315 or 15 power level
Yeah,
points.
they're
so
not-
it's
they're
it's,
not
it's an
cheap.
expensive unit. You can transport some Primaris. There you go. There's your Rhino for Primaris. Or
It's
the
not
Impulsor.
a
There is a
Rhino
Rhino.
from Primaris. That's
The Impulsor.
It's like only. Yeah, the Impulsor is the
Rhino,
new one.
Yeah.
But even then, it's a Razorback. It's only 6, isn't it?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
6, and it's got twin storm bolters, or twin bolters.
Yeah.
But their new bolters
But,
are
Yeah,
it-
twin.
just devastating.
Well, no, it doesn't have the bolter rule because it's a tank.
I thought
Yeah, tanks
all
don't get it.
Space Marine
Oh, yeah.
units had the bolter
No,
rule.
it's
No,
Dreadnoughts
tank-
do.
it's-
vehicles don't get it anymore.
Dreadnought
It's
Spike.
Dreadnoughts,
That's what I-
bikes, and infantry,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Surely las cannon characters don't have the bolter rule.
Unless it's on a Lehman Russ tank, yeah.
No, the Land Raider Crusader
Terminators
made them
with
take that
lightning
away.
claws.
That would have
Bolter
hurt. The Crusader would hurt with a bolter rule.
Yeah.
I just want
But
to.
what was your point about the
Yeah,
Venerable
I'll go
Dread-
back to it. Right, so then the Venerable Dreadnought's 124 points. This is the only time I'll go into points and stuff, boys and girls. 124 points, 2 weapons, has a feel no pain. Right, Contemptor, 2 weapons, has a 5+ invulnerable save, 132 points. That's it. The Invictus Technical Warsuit, 5 weapons. It's concealed, can use his bolter as a pistol in combat, 131 points, and has 13 wounds, which is 3 more than the Contemptor and 5 more than the Venerable.
It's only got toughness 6 though.
Well, the Venerable's only 7, and the Contemptor's only 7.
7's a big difference from 6.
I'd rather have 13 wounds.
I'd also like to point out that I have never successfully rolled a feel no pain on a Venerable Dreadnought, ever.
Well, it depends on who you are. Like, every Chaos player rolls disgustingly resilient all the time. So
No, I've never done
can-
that ever. What is this disgusting resilience?
Oh, I've killed 10 of your Plague Walkers. No, you haven't. You've killed 1.
Yep, and the other one came back.
Now you killed. Boom. 1. Sorry.
I have found a successful counter to Disgustingly Resilient, and it's just all the Daka Gant bomb.
Yeah. No, I think my point.
Drop 24 Gants with Devourers, and then hit them again with that single-minded annihilation, and put down like 120 shots, and you will kill them.
Killed 2.
At least 2.
I actually wiped the squad, and I was frankly shocked
There you go.
because I didn't think I brought
Wasn't my
enough.
squad. I brought it up because when we first heard the codexes come out, a few years went, it's the death of the original Space Marines. It's all Primaris because there are a fair amount of new Primaris stuff in there. But all the original stuff's still there.
And they buffed some of the original stuff. They've made it better.
Have they? I haven't looked at the original stuff because I just
Well,
wanted
they,
I just
they
wanted
made-
rage.
They made drop pods better.
drop pods are
They
better.
improved the points efficiency of tactical marines, didn't they?
I hope
Like
so.
there was a couple of things like that where they've made non-Primaris more attractive as options.
Oh, good.
Well,
With-
I've noticed
I
one
think
thing
they
that's gone away. Marnius
Melbourne?
Calgar has now been... The Primaris Marnius Calgar is now the guy. So if you've got the old Artificer armor one like I do, or the Failcast Terminator armor one, you're out of luck.
Well, you can still use the index for it. He's in the index, isn't he?
He is, but he costs more than the Primaris one.
Well, they're going to do that with all the special
Use the good
characters
one, then.
eventually.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
They've made the White Scar Primaris and the library Ultramarines Librarian Primaris as well. So those figures are out the window as well. And I reckon they'll do over time. We'll see the Blood Angels special characters, and we'll see Black Templars and Salamanders or whatever.
Yeah, we've only got one.
I think it's on the way out. They're not quite dead yet.
well, I mean, but by the same token, that's been a thing that they've done repeatedly.
Yeah.
They bring out a new model. The new model is physically bigger. The new model has slightly different weapons, and then the old model gets transitioned out.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. It's not new to the Primaris. They've done it with so many models.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Oh, I don't mind that you can't get the old model. It'd just be nice if the rules still allowed for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to pretend that your tiny little Galgar is like a Primaris one.
Green stuff, mate.
I'll give him stilts.
We had some guy who wanted to use the old Rogue Trader Lehman Russ model in Modern 30k
Nice.
to represent the enormous fucking Primarch one that they have now. And everyone's like, so that model's like smaller than a normal Space Marine. Now that's some slight modeling for advantage problems.
Slight.
Yeah.
What else about the
Like,
the
but
book?
it's
Before we
Lehman
move
Russ.
on to the supplements, anything else about the book? Overall, I thought the book was well done. I was pleased there was no characters in it because that would defeat the purpose of getting supplements. Love the fact the successor chapters are in there.
I just
Yeah.
kind of wish that they'd done this back when, like, they first did it.
Yeah, and I still don't think they're finished. I think there'll be another one.
Oh yeah,
I think we're still I think we're still missing some units. I think there was talk well, forum talk of a Terminator Primaris version coming out at some stage. I still haven't seen anything I consider to be a proper Primaris assault squad. So I don't know. I reckon we've still got some things to come along.
Oh, they're going to sell more
and
models.
I think
Well, like-
and books, and I think we'll have a book. When did the first? How long have we had the first codex for Space Marines? It's been 2 years, I guess.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones to come out.
Yeah, it hasn't been long, and I reckon we'll see another one in another 2 years. So
Yeah,
we're more
that sounds
probably.
right.
2 years is about like that's about the new lifespan though. Like
Yeah.
since
Problem
kind
is
of
they're not
AOS
cheap.
and 8. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're not.
I mean,
they're not super cheap.
No,
I can't complain too much. I didn't buy the first codex, so I just went straight to the Blood Angels codex and the Grey Knights for codex. But I bought this one because I wanted to have a look at specifically more about what the Primaris really were all about. If I go Primaris down the track, it will be for a Death Watch force to build them up. But they have to allow Primaris onto the Corvus Black Stars, or I'm not doing it.
just strap
You're
them
listening,
underneath.
GW.
So the answer to that is probably you're not doing
Yeah,
it.
you're not doing it.
Well,
What's a Corvus
I'll-
Black
I'll-
Stars?
It's a big fly thing that Death Watch get.
I got 2 of them.
Can't Primaris just hang on? They're very strong.
They got those grapple hooks, don't they?
Have you ever seen the pictures of the angry Marines? You just get the Marines to hang on to the missile hardpoints,
Yeah. Strap them in.
just fire them at the enemy.
There's your drop pod, suck, bitch.
Don't paint messages on your missiles. Just strap
There you go.
Primaris Marines to
Yeah.
them.
Just take all the missiles
There you
out
go,
and replace them
listeners.
with a
Anto's showing
Marine
his.
who's hanging on with one hand and a big power fist on the other
Look
hand.
at all of those handholds.
Yeah. There's lots of spots hanging on.
Primaris could just be like hanging on
Absolutely.
like this. Woohoo!
Alright.
We're coming.
So,
I'm also a bit. I think they're still a bit generic. They're all the same, and there's nothing really makes anything really that different. I'd like to see some of the special squads coming out for some of the other chapters.
let's lead into the supplements because, yes, I thought, okay, supplements, we'll see some specialist units. Now, I noticed the Ultramarines have got the Tyrannic veterans in there. Tyrannic. And as soon as I said it, I went, no, that's not right. That sounds like he's on the bow of a ship going, I'm a king of the world! That's not right.
But, I mean, that's not really a new unit. I mean, it's just giving us what they took away.
Yeah, see, my hope was they're going to bring it out, and they're going to bring out units specific to the White Scars, Ultramarines, and so on and so on. I was hoping, okay, so does that mean the Salamanders might get back their Pyroclast units and their Fire Drake ones? Because they're awesome, but they're only 30.
And models to go with.
Yeah,
them,
and models to
which
go with,
is
because they're
quite-
awesome models. I want them, but can't use them.
A Primaris biker. I think that's something we're still missing. I think that'll.
Yeah,
Put 'em
there's,
on the
there's a
trike.
bunch of stuff that we still
Primaris
need
Vespa.
from the Primaris.
Yeah.
Primaris
but I mean,
like her in leathers.
But for Death Watch, they have a bolt weapon and a power sword. It's generally their basic loadout, and there isn't anything like that for Primaris yet.
No, yeah.
Well-
you can equip it. Yeah, I just like to see something other than just generic stuff, and especially for a Blood Angels army or
The
for a Death
flavour.
Watch army, something a bit special.
Yeah, you want the flavour
Yeah.
what makes the chapter different. Yeah. The chapter
that's
Salamanders, I guess I keep going back to them because that's what I play, is flames, but I can only have one flamer specialist in a unit. I'm going,
Yeah.
I actually can't. The Tactical Marines can't have flamers, can they?
They can.
Not
They
good
can.
ones.
They can have a
Not good
Well,
ones.
Blood Angels can have a heavy flame.
Hey,
Terminators can
any
have.
flamer is a good flamer.
Not when it's only 8 inches.
Well,
It's not the
they did
size
change
of the flame
range.
that counts.
It's what you do with
It
it.
absolutely is the size of the flamer. Heavy flamers are way better.
No, the heavy flamers are still only short range. Yeah, but anyway, okay, White Scars. So
They
this
did
is
change the range of the flame storm cannon to 12 inches.
What about
Yeah,
the
on the-
immolator? Are we going to get an
3D.
immolator shortly?
Oh well, we'll get to other codexes in a sec, but look at the White Scars Ultramarines.
Okay, you go.
So
go.
the books are $49 US Australian. So they're not cheap. Forget the supplements. That's the hardcover ones. You get in the White Scars one character, one special unit. You get they do get a special what's it called? Destructive charge.
They get a captain and they get a thingy.
Yeah, the unit is Khan on bike. Khan on bike? Yeah. I feel like I need to get him to say, come on, mate, can't do it. Yeah. 17 strategies for themselves. They've got their own storm power, psychic 6, and technical objectives, as everyone does. I do like the name generator in it. That's pretty cool. That just helps out, saying instead of everyone being called Khan or Derek. 14 relics of war gear, some warlord traits, and successor chapters in there as well. Ultramarines, 7 characters, 5 units, 16 stratagems. They also get their own psychic powers, tactical objectives, name generator, 14 relics of war gear, traits, and successor chapters. Same price for both books.
See, the difference is that, I mean, Ultramarines have always had craploads of characters, whereas they don't seem to have gone that way with any of the other chapters, except maybe Blood Angels.
Yeah, Blood Angels have some chapters. Chapters have some characters, but I thought this might be an opportunity for them to add some characters or add special units.
Especially some
White
Primaris
Scars
ones.
special.
New characters.
And this is the thing, it feels like what they've done is they've taken like a copy-paste approach.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they've copied like the second edition character sections and just pasted them into the latest one.
Yeah. Well,
Surely there must be some new Primaris characters. It's been going for a few thousand years now, isn't it? Yeah, there must be someone out there who can become hero status.
well,
yeah, and that's
released...
what gets me is that, I mean, Captain Sicarius is in the Ultramarines supplement here, but he's been almost written out of the canon, just about, and you're just like, you know, why is he even there?
Yeah. So
Well, because people would like pitch a fit if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Is why he's there.
Yeah.
He's pretty heroic.
I was disappointed when they took out Chaplain Xavier for the Salamanders. Yeah, there's a Salamander character. Yeah, I got the model. But no, nice. What do you mean he's dead? Can't use him anywhere. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, there's not heaps in there, but it is good to get more fluff on like things like the White Scars.
Yeah.
But I keep comparing it to previously when they did this, and it's a lot better than last time they did this. The 6th edition supplements had so much less in them, and were basically the same price. So they've improved. Still not.
I was hoping
great.
to see. I mean, Forge World has just released the new White Scars Golden Kashyyyk jet bikes. So specialist jet
there's a lot of
bikes.
cool stuff in 30k.
So I was sort of going, oh, bring back that, or bring back something similar to that for the White Scars to make them stand out. Otherwise, they're still just Marines on the standard bike. That doesn't mean anything. It needs to be something different to it. As you said, Anthony, it's just very generic with a different paint job.
Needs the flavour.
Yeah.
Missing the flavour.
Well, we know Ultramarines are very flavoursome. Just ask Gargamel.
Vanilla is a flavour.
I like that. That I think that's comment of the night, to be honest.
So we knew they were always going to have a rich background and characters and stuff like that. But I'm just concerned with the other books, like Salamanders, the Raven Guard. They've got one character at the moment, something Shriek or something Shrike or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
Kevin
Steve-
Shrike. or
Steve
whatever
Shrike.
it is.
yeah. So it's concerns like that. I mean, they're Primaris for the Iron Hands isn't going to be coming back anytime soon. So what?
Primarch.
Primarch's not going to come back anytime soon.
What's
So
happened to the Iron Hands Primarch?
Oh, he was the first one to die.
Yeah, he got stuck in and lost his head.
There can only be one. Yep.
How did they come back? Just bring him back again. Shit, it wasn't
Well,
that hard.
that's what gets
It
me
took a few
is
hu-
that
It took a few tens of thousands of years.
well, that's what gets me is that they bring back all the Primarchs that are like the hardest to write back in, Like
I know,
none of the
right?
guys who
Like,
are just on
fucking-
gap year come back, but
Fucking
but they bring
Rowboat
the
was-
ones who would have a head cut off or like in stasis because he's poisoned or whatever.
Fucking Rowboat was dead. Like, everyone's like, oh no, he's dead. That's why he's in stasis. He's fucking dying. He's gone. But, like, my Primarch, who's just having a fucking nap, he hasn't come back.
Yeah, get him an alarm clock and get him back doing his
Look,
job. He's a
exactly.
What you really need is a
My
counselor.
Primarch dead.
Okay, he's just really sad. In fact, he's depressed
Bipolar.
Yeah,
because he's the
At least
Primarch.
he's
Yeah,
honourably
the
dead.
Dark Angels are actually just sad. The Primarch is
Yeah.
actually depressed.
Yeah.
He needs some meds. He needs a counselor. He'll get back into it. He just
He's had
needs time.
10,000 years to get that.
It's a
What's he been
Primarch.
doing?
It's a very serious
Recovery's not
amount
an
of
overnight
depression.
thing, Mark. Come on.
As Primarch, he feels very deeply.
Exactly.
What about
Exactly.
Vulcan who can't
The
die?
Horus
Where is
Heresy
he?
wasn't very nice.
And the
He's
hardest
probably
part
got
is
PTSD.
he spent the last 10,000 years piling things up against his bedroom door, so we can't get in.
All the letters through the door slots just built up.
He's still filing.
Next release next month is Sanguinius. What the fuck?
Yeah!
Oh, it's famous that
Will
too.
be, hey. Like
I'm pretty sure
Sanguinius,
he's-
with his special sidekick, the head of the Gorgon!
Yeah, well, let's just bring back Horus while we're at it. Like, you know,
It'll just
Oh,
be,
that was-
it'll be a fucking Invictus tactical war suit with one of those Futurama heads in a jar in it.
Yeah.
That'll be fucking Gorgon again.
Beautiful. So we got it sorted. You hope you're listening, GW. Alright. So
Something like that.
we know GW is an expensive hobby. Is there value to money for the supplements though? Because it does get expensive. $70 for the core, $49 for the book, $28 for the data cards if you're keen, $55 for dice.
Well, I mean, that gets all totally
Did you just say that right?
$55 for Ultramarine or White Scar dice.
Can you just buy your own dice?
Yes, you can.
well, yes.
For $55.
I got the Wobbly ones.
What are
You
they
can't-
made out of? Gene
I'm a-
seeds?
They're-
Like shove them into yourself and become a seed?
I'm sure they probably have someone's seed in them.
'Cause that's what I'd be expecting at that
That
price.
wasn't White Scar before.
Are they,
Death Guard
are they a
wants to
suppository?
roll a lot
I
of
need to
fire.
understand.
Yeah. That does get expensive. I mean,
Yeah,
I remember.
$55. And
$55
the worst thing is that they're not really
No,
that
the White
readable.
Scars look terrible to read.
And none of the new fucking dice are readable. I constantly bitch about this.
I love my
But,
noble dice. Thank you. My Death Guard dice. Everyone hates them. Come on,
Fucking
abs!
Death
Come on, abs! Abs!
It's like, yes, that's a 6. I have to take your word because it's all high.
Yes. The fucking White Scar dice are just bloody hieroglyphs.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like,
pretty
yeah,
terrible.
we've got a winged bloody caduceus symbol as the 1, and there's a fucking White Scar symbol as the 6, and the rest of them are jaggy lightning bolts. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my
When are
god,
they going to
father.
release a Slanesh set of dice where it's just penises?
Just all dicks all the time.
Why are all these connected? Oh, that's the anal beads, mate.
2
Come on.
dicks, 3 dicks, 4 dicks, 5 dicks, 6 dicks,
Why is it vibrated
Oh,
across the table?
37 dicks,
I don't need to roll them; they'll move themselves.
like 37 codices.
Alright, so
Yeah, that's
as
new
an,
dice and garbage.
you're all Marine players. Well, were at one of its stage. How do you feel about spending that sort of money?
I mean,
No.
I'm a sucker for spending that kind of money. But
Yeah, I will get the Salamander one. I know this is happening.
yeah,
I won't get any supplements, but I will get a new Blood Angels codex if it came out.
I think it'd be.
If they can release a Crescent Moon's codex, I'll buy it.
I'll write one. For you.
Like
Good
the
price for you.
Ultramarines one, maybe is worth it because I mean you're talking 80 pages worth.
You got a lot of
But, I
characters
mean,
in there.
Like with the White Scars, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
mean,
disappointed because
You can get those unit sheets on one page.
well, you've also got the what is it, the relics and their doctrines. They have a bunch of extra
Yeah,
stuff.
but
in
there
you
is
could-
a lot of stuff. In
You, as I said, I mean a lot of that. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
realistically,
well,
there's only about 4 pages of actual content here.
Well,
Well,
the
the
rules
doctrine
section, the rules of it is from pages 52 to 63.
Yeah.
So there's like 10 pages of actual rules, and the
Yeah.
rest is fluff.
Was it
And
10
the rest
pages
is
extra
fluff
rules?
and artwork. So
Which is a step up from the Sentinels of Terror and Clan Raucan that were
Oh,
entirely
yeah,
fluff,
yeah.
and they had what do they had? They had chapter tactics
Yeah.
for the companies,
yeah,
and
but,
they had relics. That was it.
But
So
I
it's a
remember-
step up from that, but it's still
and that's
kind
what
of shit.
gets me. I think $50 is a lot to pay for that. I've bought bigger novels for $10.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I really struggle with the value.
Yeah, I think the
proposition
price
there.
point is a bit high for the supplements. I remember when 4th ed, I think it was 4th ed, but I bought every supplement because they were like $20 each, and it was great. I could have every book, and it was fantastic.
I
you-
did
can't
actually
do
buy
that.
every book for 4th ed and
The
3rd
Dark
ed.
Angels Codex in like 4th ed was a fucking pamphlet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so was the Catachan one. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were cheap, and all they were rules. There wasn't as much
No,
fluff.
there was no fluff. It was just, yeah.
The fluff
Oh,
was
it was
contained
2 pages of
in
fluff.
White
Catachan,
Dwarf,
they
it
will
was
kill anything that
contained
lives in the jungle.
original.
Here's some rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so...
I am a little disappointed that they didn't take the opportunity of making a supplement, as you said, to give them more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It
think
would've
it's
been
a
nice.
disappointment.
And I feel like these supplements could largely just be rolled into the codex.
Especially the generic ones, seeing all the warlord traits and the doctrines and the chapter tactics are all in here anyway.
No,
They could have just put in.
The...
they've got-
Oh, they have
got
the
one-
extra doctrines.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff
extra
in the
doctrines.
supplements.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
there
they've
are
got-
different
I've
things.
definitely got the chapter tactics here, and I've definitely
But
got
I
the
mean,
warlord
is it
traits.
really going to
So-
kill them to put another 10 pages in the codex? I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, you get... Well,
That's
it is,
another
because
$10,
it's
mate.
the specialised... In the books, you do get specialist stratagems, psychic powers, tactical objectives, relics and war gear, and warlord traits. So you do actually
I
get
like-
something out of it. I think where
I
the
do
missing
like-
is the units part, though.
Yeah. I like the idea of them setting up modularity to it,
Yeah.
so that they can add more supplements. They don't
Yeah.
limit themselves to what's in the codex. Whereas if it was like just put everything in the codex, then it would be what's in the codex when the codex comes out and nothing else.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah, but,
now they can add more stuff later. They're not adding enough
Well-
when they do add stuff. Is the
well, yeah. I mean, they've had the time to work on this, evidently, because I mean, we've got new models and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But as I said, it just seems like they haven't used that modularity at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like,
haven't used it to its full effect. I like the idea of where they're going, but they haven't stuck the landing.
Yeah. And then there's the logistics things. Now you've got to, if you're an Ultramarine, you've got to carry 2 books, plus a rule book if you want. And if you want a chapter approved book, you're going to have to take that with you too. So you can be taking 4 to 5 books everywhere you go to play a game.
Which is giving me flashbacks to 7th.
Yeah. Which is what we're
Oh,
trying to
man,
avoid. So, I
At least
think-
the tables at Jolt have a lot of space on them.
yeah. Look, my opinion, I think they've done well with the core. They've overpriced the supplement. And missed
Yeah.
the point of the supplement by adding unique units.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's especially galling, as you say, that we've got all this cool shit for the 30k White Scars that has just come out.
Yeah.
But because Forge World and GW don't talk to each other directly, those two product lines are unrelated,
Yeah.
and Forge World are shitting in mainline GW's tea.
No, it's disappointing. So, we haven't seen the new codex come out for Space Marines, a reissue of the Space Marines. Where's our sisters? Where's our Imperial agents?
So is this the second Space Marines Codex for 8th ed?
Yes.
Before all the codexes
And this was the one of the points that I was making. Like, is it really fair for the Space Marines to get a second pass when there's armies out there that haven't gotten a first
Especially
pass?
we've had a tease
Well,
of about 12
I mean-
months for the sisters.
Yeah, the whole...
It's getting
Because they
boring.
kept saying,
I'm
they'll
over
come out...
it. Yeah.
No, because this is what I was saying when they said, "Oh, Sisters will be in 2019," and I was like, "I'll believe that when I fucking see
Yeah,
it."
we're now
You know,
almost in
it's-
September.
We're balls deep in 2019 and no sign of Sisters yet.
And
Like
we've
we've
seen
seen
3
a
figures.
couple of models,
Yeah.
but a couple of models is not an army.
We had the beta codex in one of the codex chapter approves, wasn't it?
White Dwarf, I thought it was.
No, I
Yeah,
think
it was in,
chapter
like-
Two
approved.
chapter approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a beta codex is just them saying, yeah, it's going to be
Fill
in
in the
long
gap.
before it comes
This
out.
is a gap filler. Yeah.
Well,
and no word of Imperial agents, so nothing on the
So you can't
assassins,
call it a
inquisitors.
beta codex if it's not already 95% done.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're
know what I mean?
using the word beta incorrectly.
yeah.
So
Alpha?
it's
No.
That suggests they're just playtesting it and then releasing it.
Yeah.
And if it really was the beta,
Oh, I
Sisters
think
would be
it's-
out by now.
It sort of indicates
Yeah.
that they had no real intention to bring them back, but they're just caving in and said, fine, we'll do it eventually. Yeah.
I feel like maybe something went horribly wrong with the designing of that because it should have been done by now.
Oh,
even GW, like
Yep.
maybe something went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
When
look
did,
how quickly we got from Eris, really. I mean, they
Yeah.
just came out, they were there and done. And now what we've seen, maybe 3, maybe 4 figures for the sisters. It's just
Yeah.
dragging on.
It
It's
is.
just getting silly now.
And then the Inquisitor side, we got, what was it? Silver Fox came out. Silver Fox? Grey Fox came. Grey Fax. Oh my god.
Great fact.
Eisenhorn.
Eisenhorn.
Selena something was another one, wasn't it?
Severus?
Sardothian.
That's it. Savina. Oh no, she was a
Who picked the reference?
Commissar.
yes.
Davina Rain.
She's a
Yeah,
commissar.
Severina Rain.
Yeah, she's a commissar, not an. Where are all they? Where are? I mean, they put a lot of effort into the custodies when they first came out.
Mm.
and there's like 4 units available.
Yeah,
Well, there's a shit ton available if you roll in the 30k stuff, but you can't.
Sisters.
We
and
can't
Sons.
bring them in. But there's beta rules for them now. So that there
Yeah.
are beta rules online which you can download for
Yeah.
the custody. So you can get the big walker and you can get the big flying tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All the cool shit.
Which I would love to add to my custodies force because they're awesome. But yeah, look, I'd really like the Inquisition to come out.
Yeah.
I'd like some rules that work.
Yeah.
Bring back the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, the Interrogators. I mean, the
Oh yeah.
what were they? They're Inquisitors in training, you know.
Yep.
Uh,
We want to
I
relive the
mean-
books. Come on. We
I
want
thought
Raina.
Blackstone Fortress coming out and all those little special characters coming out and rogue traders appearing, you know, that'd be
Well, that's what I
great in the
thought with-
Imperial Agents Codex as well.
Well, I thought with the
Um,
Black Fortress and stuff like that, we might be closer to seeing a Rogue Trader style book come out.
Yeah, I got really
Yeah.
hyped when they had that. There's a mini codex in the Kill Team Rogue Trader thing
Yeah.
for using the Rogue Trader and stuff in 40k, and
Yeah.
I was really hyped for maybe that's a sign
Yeah.
that they're working on that
Yeah.
for Imperial Agents. And now with the new escalation stuff, we're getting even more Imperial Agent like models coming out. So. Are we getting close to Imperial Agents? Like, have they talked about what the next codex is going to be, other than like just talking about supplements maybe coming
There's
out?
Space
Like,
Marine 3. That's the next one. I mean,
Like, I feel
there
like
are
those-
some. Yeah, and there's some codex that need love as well. I mean, I think you'd say Nurgle, your Death Guard needs a bit of love. A few
Oh,
more
they
chapter
do.
tactics and stuff.
Well, that's what I was about to
I think-
lead on to. So this is going to be a template, right, of what they're going to do. So are we expecting a new Chaos Marine book, and then a supplement for
That only
Thousand
came out a few
Suns,
months
Death
ago.
Guard, and so on? Is that what we expect to see? Because they've
Well, that's
talked
what happened
about, they
last
have
time.
already said that Death Guard will be revisited, and I
Yeah.
think they need to be. They were the first codex to come out, and yes, they're good and stuff
Grey
like that.
Knights
There's a
was
couple of
at the same
things that
time, weren't they?
they get left behind in. Sorry.
Grey Knights came out at the same time, didn't they? The Death Guard and Grey Knights. Pretty sure. I mean, Grey Knights was one of the very early ones.
Not sure.
And it really had nothing new in it from the previous edition. So there was no Primaris, so they didn't have to add any of that.
Yeah.
There was no new figures. They released all that for the previous codex for 7th. So, and it's only got bugger all stratagems.
Yeah,
they
well,
need-
it's the same. Death
they
Guard
need-
has got a page and a half stratagems. It's
Yeah.
and most of them pretty useless. So is that what we're going to see? We will see an
Yeah, I think-
Astra Militarum book and then a supplement for Catachan,
Well,
Valhalla. You won't. Cadia will look like a pile of dust, won't it?
Cadian will look like big, strong Cadians, as they should be. But like it's what happened last time in 6.
With no planet.
Yeah.
Because 6 was the last time we had supplement books happening, and they did Sentinels of Terror, they did Clan Raucan, and then they did freaking what was it? They did a couple like the Black Legion one. They did
That's
a
right.
bunch of them like that. Like it wasn't just the Marines. They then moved on and started doing Chaos Marines as well.
So, okay.
So they'll probably go down that route again.
And that makes sense for Chaos, even Imperial Guard. What about Tyranids? They're going to get, here's a Kraken book, here's a other non-Kraken
I can't
book.
see it happening. I can't see it happening. The existing Tyranid codex is really quite small, so I just can't see them having enough
What, you
material.
don't think they'll make a
for
$70
supplements.
core book and then a $49 Kraken book?
Well, like
well,
last
it'll
time,
it'll look like your junk mail.
Special characters
Just
aren't
to-
renowned for their Tyranids, except for there's like one special character, Old One Eye.
You've got two. You've got Old One Eye and the Swarm Lord, and that's about it.
yeah, Tyranids don't differentiate enough
Orcs?
for that.
Death Skulls.
The ones who did it last time, there was a Black Legion book, there was a Eandon Craftworld book,
Yeah.
there was the Farsight Tau, and Raucan and Sentinels. So those were the supplements that came out in 6th.
Yeah.
Just that I've got laying around.
There was an Imperial Agents one as well.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Chaos, there was a codex and then they released supplements to
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a few of
And
them up there
I
still.
can see Imperial Agents being a supplement.
Yeah,
To
they'd
what?
be a supplement-sized list, really.
Well,
just for
well, you're going to have
Imperium in
custodies.
general.
You're going to have custodies, Sisters Silence, Inquisitors, Assassins.
I guess if they roll the Custodes and the sisters in there, then they probably could make it a whole army.
Well, where else
unto
would they
themselves.
fit? They couldn't fit anywhere. They're Imperial agents. Agents of the Imperium.
I think they're called Agents of the Throne in 30k.
No, well,
I think,
Throne's just one big potty. It's all right.
I've forgotten what I was going to say now.
Good.
You were just taking out my potty.
Potty talk. Excuse my potty talk. Alright, so, okay. Michael, your impressions of the Chaos... no. Your impressions of the Space Marine book. Or... What was the other? Or Shock? Meh?
Shock or meh. Yeah, I out of those three, I'd say I quite like it. I like the changes they've made. Some things could be better, but it's generally pretty positive, I think.
And supplements?
The supplements I'm less impressed with. I like the idea of them. As I said, I don't think they've stuck the landing, so kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say meh, but
Bordering, though.
not great.
Mark? Codex?
Yeah, I'm all meh.
Meh across
I'm
the
all
board.
meh.
Wow.
Yeah, I just didn't feel that there was much need for it, particularly in light of other armies not getting a first pass.
Fair enough. Anthony? Codex?
The codex itself, I'm all. I think it's pretty good. It's I like lots of the new special rules and the traits and stuff like that. So, and building your own Space Marine army is something I've always wanted to do. So I reckon that's pretty cool that that's back.
Yeah. Supplements?
I don't think I've got anything for it. Supplements I'm going to pass because I don't think I'll ever buy one. None of my armies are going to be represented there, so I don't think I can give that a grading.
Yep.
And I haven't seen them enough. So
Is one of your comments? Because I know you're a hardcore gamer.
Oh, look, I've spent so many hours poring over my copy of the Codex. So, look, I'm going to say 37.
Fair enough.
And that's
37!
So, in case you're wondering, folks, we haven't actually really mentioned this, but I went
There's bonus
through the
points
back
if they can
catalogue,
work it out.
and including supplements for Rogue Trader that were not specifically reported as Space Marine codices, but they just included rules for Space Marines, because pretty much all they had. There have been 36 releases, and that's not counting the supplements that have just come out, so that makes it 38. So I'm splitting the difference on 37, because it's funny, if you've seen Clerks.
Because it's a sex joke.
It's a sex joke. But seriously, it's the second release of Space Marines in this edition alone.
Yeah.
I personally have felt since about 4th edition that GW have been taking the piss with the re-releases and editions and this sort of stuff, and I think they're just taking the piss on taking the piss now. I think
They're just releasing it because they know
what
they
more
have
can
to.
you say?
They don't want to, they just have to.
just release enough. I mean, seriously, I think the next codex that'll be released will be Space Marines. I'll just do it again. It'll be like
Part 2.
8th ed, 4th ed Space Marines.
Wow.
Like, what in the hell? Anyway, aside from that, I'm sure it's great.
I guess I should give my 2 bits. I think, with the codex itself, I would say I'm actually pretty impressed with it, what they have put into it. And it's pretty good. It has inspired me to think about rebuilding salamanders or even starting a White Scars, which drives me to the supplements. Meh for the supplement for me. I think the price point and what you get for it, it just doesn't add up. They had an opportunity, as Michael was saying, an opportunity to add more character to the chapters, and they've missed it, which doesn't have high hopes for the next ones coming out, next supplements. There you go. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
We should wrap it up because we're almost 2 hours into it.
Yeah, short
That's a big
podcast.
topic.
I love 2 hour
Podcasts, our hourly
right?
podcasts. We must be passionate about this one because
You know what they say, a long game's a good game.
Yeah, right. Upcoming
A
events.
long game's a game.
Yeah. So
Well, we
thank
were
you.
joking earlier that the size, you know.
Anything else you want to say regarding the codex? Good. We do have some upcoming events. We got Slowgrow Part 6, which is that the flight one? No, it is.
It's the sunshine.
That's
Sunshine,
It's
okay.
sunshine.
I don't know what
It's
that one is.
someone.
But we got that coming up next month. We also have
It
2
was cold. It's hot.
Sorry.
It was very cold in the last game. Now it's very hot.
Well, we're in a
The next
volcano,
game.
now we're in a glacier, and now we're going to be in the sunshine. It's a good
Yeah,
combination.
sunshine.
SBS 2000.
Yeah, fantastic. Oh, I do
10,000,
remember
maybe.
this is hard to shoot things. Okay, and we also have 2-up tourney in a couple of weeks. 2-player tournament. I hope you've got your teams registered, folks. Not pointing at anyone in particular because they can't see. We do have that coming up. We should get some more footage up. I still have a couple of battles that I need to edit and get up online. I really rush when I lose, you can tell. When I win, it's up in 5 minutes. It's great.
Yeah, I haven't seen that Grey Knight Death Guard one
That'd be
yet.
my point. When they are up, you can see them on our YouTube channel, which is RLG40K. That's 40K. You can also see our Instagram, which is RLG40K. I know there is a theme. Be ready for it. Tara, you have one?
Yeah,
Instagram?
Terra 40K.
Look at that.
Instagram.
And mine is Redbelly Black, I think. Can't remember. Redbelly Black, Instagram. It's not always 40k stuff. Sometimes it's beer, sometimes it's footy. What else we got? Oh, the Facebook page. Of course, we've got our Facebook page, which is obviously, you guessed it, RLG40K. 40k, that's right. Anything else we use for our wonderfulness? Oh, of course, we've got our Twitter feed, which is hosted on twitch.tv/redbelly. I haven't got my gear worked out to the RLG Twitch page yet, so bear with me. Isabel writes books, and she has a page that she would like to promote right now.
IEKenner.com. IEKenner, Kenner. Or you can just go to IEKenner on Twitter, at IEKenner. You'll find me. And lots of swearing.
There we go.
Lots of swearing.
Have I missed anything?
Awesome.
No, good. Next month it looks like we'll be looking at how to run a tournament, a reflection of our slow grow, and we'll also have, because the 2 tourney 2 up tourney we start, we'll have a look at that as well. It's my first attempt to do a tournament together. It's not that easy. Especially when nobody says, "Oh yeah, I'll play." Yes. Alright. Anything else? Mark, sign off for yourself because we know we've got the voice.
Catch you next time.
That's it. Anthony.
Good night, all.
Isabel.
Thanks, everybody.
Me. Oh, that's me. Good night, everyone. I'll catch you later. Michaels, get rid of us.
Well, that's another Wobbly adventure. It was a long one, but sometimes the length isn't that bad of a thing. Join us next month as we examine what Greg did wrong in his tournament at length.